Hello and welcome back to The Broken Doll. And today I am on my, I just want to see, I'm on my circle here. I don't know what you call it, the ring or whatever, and it has light, but I haven't got it plugged in. I'm just using the holder from it to put my camera on. But here's the thing, I can't see. I'm going to go this way with it a little bit. Okay, maybe I can see better this way. Okay, yeah, more out this way. All right, so anyways, these are the eyes from my Bilo doll, okay, right here. Now, when it comes to the eyes and you just painted the head. I'm going to show you my head in a little bit here after I'm done showing with the eyes here. What you want to do is you got to paint, let me see if you can see this here. You want to paint the same color which you painted the head, you're going to paint the tops here, okay? The tops have to be done the same color. And then just some white paint to do around this part. Now, these eyes here are plastic. So what does that tell me about my Bilo? It tells a lot. When the Bilo doll came out, it was 1924. Okay, and then they stopped making the heads sooner or later, the composition heads. There was bisque first, then composition, then the rubbery type in the 50s, and then more into vinyls as materials got better, and better. Now, why does my Bilo baby have these types of eyes, the plasticine eyes? The reason is that my Bilo head is old stock. And to keep trying to sell these dolls, these plastic eyes, they probably advertise with new plasticine eyes, you know, which means plastic eyes. That might have been able to sell that doll a little bit longer into the late 40s, into the 50s. It waned out after a while because rubber and vinyl was coming in. The doll that I just finished, Sticky Baby, I've come to realize her head is more rubber, and that could have been why I was having a problem with trying to get the blushing done. It might have been. It could have been what the substance that was on her, the cleaning that I did on her to get that stuff off, a lot of different things. Somebody else wrote in on a comment and said that their doll is like mine, has that rubbery type head and has little black heads as well. So what does that tell us, those little black heads that are in there? It tells us that the rubber is porous, and so is vinyl. And rubber is going to be more so because it's a softer material. And so what is filled into there is dirt. That is dirt down in those little holes. But that shows us that there's the porous little holes, that all those little holes that are in her that are leaking out stuff out of her, the petroleum out of her, what makes rubber. And so anyways, but it's blocked up with that dirt. So by sealing her, it has sealed that stickiness. Her head is not sticky anymore. So what does that also tell us is that new materials were coming in after the World Wars, and they were trying it into everything now. But they had a lot of old stock. We see in the late 40s, early 50s, a lot of Frankenstein babies. What I mean by Frankenstein babies is we'll see composition heads with new type of limbs coming out from fairy skin, they called it, which was kind of like a real soft material, to vinyl and rubber type legs and everything. A lot of different materials were being placed on our dolls for our children at the time. And still today, we still have some things that come out that are a little funky dunky doodle there. So the thing is that materials are always changing, getting better, sometimes not so. And this was probably a way of advertising and trying to get rid of old stock of an old Bilo doll head from the 1920s and trying to get rid of it in the late 40s, early 50s. And it worked. It worked. But the thing is, though, this little gal here has these eyes, and they're a little scratched up. So I think what I like to do is clean this up. Just do a bit of a cleaning and see if I can get some of this stuff off of her. I don't know exactly if just scratching it with my finger is going to do it or not. It's hard to say, but we need to get the dirt off first, and then we paint. So let's take a look at doing this here to the doll's eyes, and let's see what we can do. And we also need to find a weight. This was the weight that was on the doll. I need to find something a little bit heavier for her than this one here. So I'm going to look around in my doll's eyes to see what I have. And if not, I'm going to be taking a nice little trip to, what do you call it there, Home Depot, and see if I can get something like this, but maybe a little heavier, something that I can put on here that will hold this tighter than what they had it dangling too much. It needs to be held very tight to this so we can get the back and forth type of thing. This might work if I could get it to, this might be heavy enough if I can get it to hold really close to this part of the eyes. It needs to be held almost like this so that you could get the weight to work. The weight was sloppy inside. It worked, but it didn't give a complete closed eyes. The eyes were always half open, couldn't always close. A lot of problems like that because it dangled. We need to keep this tight. So I'm going to have to look into something to see what I can do for her eyes. But anyways, in the meantime, let's see if we can clean these up. And I'm going to come to, this is part one. I'm going to show you the head next here, right now. I'll get her head. I'm going to take it off of here so you can see her head better. I think I put the last, let me make sure my hands are clean here after touching that black thing there. Okay, because I'm going to touch my doll's head now. Oh yeah, she's dry. I put the last coat on today. I'm happy with the color. She's got a nice peachy color. All right. There she is. There's my Bilo head. Let's turn her around this way. And we're going to turn her around this way. And we're going to turn her around this way. And we're going to turn her around back to her face again. I think she looks pretty. Now, I did try LaDonna Briggs' method of putting a cornstarch into the paint. Now, does it dull the shininess of the paint? Yes, it does. But it dulled it so much, I didn't like it. It just didn't suit me. I don't know. I like a shiny, a bit. This is semi-gloss paint. I'm in Canada, so we have environmental laws here, like some of the states do as well. In the United States, or I guess there's some states that have it, some that don't. And to get oil paint is very hard for us to get here. We almost have to go to the country to get it. But there is a little bit of a way I can get oil paint, and it's by getting this right here, Tremclad. And it is a, whoops, let's turn around. That's the French side, sorry. So you can read it there. It is an oil-based technology paint. It's made for outside for rust. Anything that would rust, all your steel, outdoor furniture or wagons or whatever that you're trying to fix. I have to use this instead. This is the way I got to go. But I got to go with a gloss. And I wish I didn't have to because it makes the doll really shiny. But then I look at the doll and I say, you know what? I like a little bit of shine on my dolls to show that they're brand new again, you know. And that usually dulled down as the child played with the doll. So there was some shine, not this much on the doll, but it's way. I didn't like how matte it was. It was too matte for me. It just didn't do what I wanted it to do. So I went back and repainted it again with the oil base, regular way of doing it. So. But anyways, I'm happy with her. I think she turned out very pretty, very nice. So the thing is now is to get her eyes back up into her head, and then we're going to do her hair. We're going to spray her hair, and we're going to get her lips painted. We're going to do her cheeks, put the little red dots in her eyes and the little red dots up in her nose, and that should be about, and blush her ears a little bit. She should look really good by the time she's done here. I am happy how she turned out. So I hope you like the color of her. I hope it's showing very nice, a nice peachy color. You know, I think her coloring turned out really nice. You know, she's got a nice coloring to her there. So she's a Mark Bilo putt by Grace Story Putnam, and oh yeah, very nice. She's still a little damp yet. Just I can feel that on her. I gave her one last coat today. She's not sticky, but you can just still feel kind of like a, you know, I'm not ready yet type of feel. So she'll be ready tomorrow to be to go further if I want to do more to her. But anyways, there she is. And so anyways, I'll be back with part 2 because we're going to clean up these eyes next, okay? So I want an overhead thing for, I'm going to ask for Mother's Day from my kids. I'm going to say to them, I want an arm that holds my camera, that gets me an overhead, because I've been wanting one. Someone mentioned that, and I said, oh yeah, right when I read it, I went, yes, I want one too. It would be tremendous for me, because I need that to show my work, and a lot better than what you're getting right now. And because I'm continually moving the camera back and forth, where this, I could just, you know, just do my own thing. But I am going to do this here with the, if it can hold, this thing here can hold my my camera, I'm going to use this here. So it works, so hey, why not? So stay tuned for part 2. Thank you for joining me right today. Thank you for all my subscribers, both old and new, and sticking with me through my ups and downs and all over the place. My daughter's doing better. She got on her bike yesterday. We went for a little bike ride, just a small one, and she felt it today in her legs. You know, that's what happens when you haven't been out riding, you know. But, you know, she did really good. And We did a little bit of shopping, and then we came home. And I don't mean a lot. We did very little. It was just to a dollar store around the corner of our property here, and to the grocery store, which is right beside it. And then we came home. So, but you got to begin somewhere. And she's been not riding her bike for quite some time. We ride right in the wintertime. There's ways of doing it. You have to wait for those right days to come. You know, where the sidewalks are cleared and everything else. We got snow and everything, but there's ways of doing it around this area here if you want to. You know, so, she really enjoyed it, though, and I think she needed the fresh air and the exercise and just everything that goes with riding your bike. She needed all that in her. So we were happy that, you know, I was happy to see her get out a little bit, just be independent a little bit. She needed that independency. And I think, like I say, it's nice to fight the cold. It helps your body to start working again and, you know, to exercise a little bit. She's doing a lot better. It's coming. And she's flying around the house a little bit more now. And just a lot of stuff all the way around. So I was happy with that, to see her doing so well. So anyways, thank you for the prayers and the concerns and everything. Thank you for my subscribers, both old and new, that have stuck with me. I do appreciate you all. And we got more coming here on this little babe right here. Hang in there. More to come. Bye-bye.